Here we are. Welcome everyone to the S.H.O.P, the social hub of positivity. It's a little bit cold where we are today, but it's warm in another way because this is a wonderful, is it a CIC, a community interest company, a fantastic one, Chippenham Uniform Exchange. Hopefully you've got one in the town that you're watching this from. If not, phone this lovely lady, Jade. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you very much for visiting us.
No, absolute pleasure, because we actually came to visit you to get uniform for our child.
Perfect.
It's a great initiative that you've got going here. So Jade, tell us, what is the Chippenham Uniform Exchange all about?
We have been running for just over a year now, but this is our new premises. And what we do is we collect pre-loved uniform, outgrown uniform. We can repair it, we can reuse it, we can recycle it, and then make it available for families to access. Hopefully try and keep costs down to families, and also it just saves all of this being thrown away.
Absolutely. So what is the cost then? Because I can't see it being very much.
It's not. We offer it by way of suggested voluntary donations.
Yeah, so, that's what it was.
We have secondary school and primary school uniform. We have logo stuff. We have generic stuff. We have sports kits, football boots, swimming kits, basically anything that your child might be asked to turn up at school with. We have walking boots for D&E and things like that.
So it's just the whole thing right across. You've got socks. We're going to do a sort of thing in a minute, Donna. You can just show us all the bits and set as you're doing it.
But in terms of costs, we have a suggested of £5 for blazers, and it's only really Abbeyfield that has a blazer in Chippenham. £2 for logo items, and then 50p for generic things.
Wow.
So we try and, we had somebody come who was changing schools, entire school uniform, blazer, PE kits, trousers, everything for £30. So
that's something else.
I hope that helps families.
It does, isn't it? It's got to, and especially in these times. What gave you the idea then? Have you picked up from somewhere?
I had seen, I think every summer holidays, TV normally has a couple of things, news articles about uniform, and it was for me, that would have been 2022 during the summer holidays. At that point, I had all three of my children going to different schools from September.
Oh my Lord. So you couldn't hand
the option of handing on had sort of gone then, and it was something that already I was thinking about, but I'd seen a feature about another company another organisation doing something similar in another part of the country. It just got me thinking, I don't know if there's anything around here that does that. Did a bit of research, realised actually there's not. You've got PTAs, you've got other people that might do bits and pieces, but there was no dedicated, full-time, coordinated scheme.
In a minute you're going to see how big this is, and then people would get it. All right, this is hopefully a permanent thing.
Absolutely. That's what we would like. So we've been going. We had a building previously that we could store and organise, but we didn't have the option to have people come in. And also we outgrew that pretty quick. I think this has taken off far more quickly than I was expecting, certainly. So we've now got this place, which we hope will be a long-term. I
hope so too, because it's kind of go-to for all of these things that you're talking about.
That's what I would like it to be, is because we cover, I think we've got a uniform here for all the schools within Chippenham. We are hoping now that we have a permanent base, we can spread out and go to the village schools. We've had a couple of schools contact us. We've had people from further afield asking if we do anything. Do you cover Corsham? Do you cover Melksham? But just for those schools, we've got people that can come with children of different ages, different schools, and they can pretty much get everything they need in one place.
When you said repair, how's that work?
So we've got a fab lady called Jo. She's another fellow director. So we check everything that comes in. I know some cardigans, things like that, the cuffs go, or they might have a hole in, or there's something. And Jo takes them and does what she can to repair them. A lot of them are minor repairs. Anything that is really beyond repair, what she can do is, for example, if you've got 3 jumpers and one's not so great, we can basically take the parts from that jumper to repair the other jumper. So she'll repair cuffs, she'll repair necklines, she will patch things.
That's amazing. So it's beyond, because there's obviously a great cost-saving benefit from this for families in a time where we're being milked left, right and centre for all sorts of unknown reasons. We have been for centuries, let's face it. I think that's Donna, everyone. She's got a cough still. I'll point that out. So the repair, because actually Can Do Arts is a sustainable development organisation, and we've been up and down the country working in different areas and abroad, looking at different way that people in communities, it's about everything we do is about the community, looking about how people can best, most positively coexist, right? To put it bluntly, but blunt, I know that's blunt, but you know what I mean, in some sort of fashion. We have an alternative education program which runs throughout the year through the term times, but the rest of the stuff we do, you might have seen stuff we've done, we've got a shop in town. That's the other thing I was going to say. Why don't you advertise this in our shop?
We would love to. I think it's certainly something it's on my to-do list of going out, visiting others in the community and really kind of spreading the word.
Well, I was going to say, whatever literature you've got, we can do it. This is obviously going to go out this Sunday to start the process in our own little way of supporting the community, so that we're a conduit of your uniform exchange, we're being an information exchange in this context.
That's fantastic.
So we've been doing it. We've been going 25 years, but this thing's. I'm putting it Donna or the phone. This podcast has been going about 3 years. It was mainly kind of around the COVID scenario of getting. We did an open mic thing as well, a digital open mic for the 3 years of it as well. It's to allow people from all different backgrounds to share their stories, to hopefully inspire people. This is really inspiring and really fundamentally useful, but it's useful on all sorts of levels. I was saying the economic level, but actually the environmental level, that you're reusing, refashioning the uniforms and allowing people to use them again. So it's
absolutely. I mean, that's
really,
what we
really double
I
ticks.
hate the fact of it being thrown away. You can't get rid of logo items in the same way you're limited as to what you can do with them. And we have people have said, I don't want to put my donations in the bin because they're not that great, and we said, just please do, because Jo is quite amazing. She can repair an awful lot, and we can take the logo off one and put it on something else to get that piece of uniform back into circulation, so it's little is wasted. Our bunting that was made for our grand opening, all of these are taken off bits of clothes that we had already cannibalised, so all the buttons are gone, the zips are gone, and these were the scraps that we think we really can't do anything else with them. They were damaged beyond
Can I suggest another little business for you then, because this is beautiful. Why don't you offer this as a service? Who made these?
That was a combination of Jo sewing, my sister has a machine, and I ironed. So it was a little combination.
We're always making bunting, aren't we, in the shop? We're making bunting. We usually make it out of paper. But this is gorgeous. This is genius.
It was,
So lots of ticks then, is it, on the environmental and the socio-economic level. Isn't him saying socio-economic? What does he think he is? I tell you what I am, mate. The Geordie's back. I am a person that does sustainable development in a way that's meaningful. It's like, all the environmental stuff, the natural environment, but the social environment is really important, because we're human beings, and of course we're dependent on the natural environment to survive. Or you wouldn't think it, the way it's poisoned by various industrial and capitalist pursuits. But the social environment is really important. That's why community interest companies are really important. If they're really doing stuff that is of interest to the community. There's a couple around here that are community interest only in name to get the money from the council or whoever, which is really galling, because we've been working with hardest to reach communities for 25 years. It's hard enough. And we come up against councillors and all sorts of people who've got egos or whatever, who don't want to support stuff because we're involved. It's like, right, you're absolutely depriving some really hard to reach families because you're arrogant or whatever.
My background is law, so I'm I'm a solicitor.
What?
So I
this, and I'll speak to you about the council in a minute.
Well,
all right.
I'm not a politician, but my background,
but the law.
I was a
most of the councillors.
Law Society accredited specialist in childcare law. So my background specialism was representing parents and children in care proceedings.
Right.
So when you talk about deprivation and families and needs and things, there is a whole other background to just what people would suggest is, or assume is, low-income families.
Yeah.
So a couple of families that we've come across, which is why I love doing this.
Yeah.
There are families that I know will never engage with a PTA at school.
Yeah.
They will never offer the information. They will never be the ones that walk up and say, either I want to participate or I'm going to support you, or even to say, I need some help. You've got families that will never do that.
Yeah.
You've got other families from backgrounds where the school, and again, this is why I love this setup, is because I believe we can reach more people than a PTA on their own can do. So we have schools that have contacted us to say, we've identified families, can we refer them to you and we'll pick up the tab. That gets around the school's own budget for hardship funds. It helps the family can come here and see. We have tried our best to make it a pleasant shopping experience, so it's not diving in dirty bins and some of the second-hand stuff. That's what I'm going to say.
This is like a superstore, department store, sorry, that of really good. We're going to show it in a minute.
No, but
you're right there.
The experience I'm hoping is not, it's a second-hand shop. I appreciate it is. It's a lot of it. A lot of it we have donated, which is brand new. You'll see in a minute if we go in that way. We have bags of brand new shirts. They were donated from supermarkets that didn't sell their stock at the end of summer holidays.
Fantastic.
It is not all second-hand used stuff.
No.
Okay, a lot of it is, but
even if it was,
there's a mixture here.
I'm pretty sure just about I could afford to get new school uniforms. I did for my 3 eldest, but actually we've partaken of your thing because of the environmental and the recycling aspect of it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter about the socio-economic background of the. It's actually really useful and wise for everyone to be supporting you and to utilise this.
I think there is. I mean, again, we kind of think there is more than just the socio-economic thing that we have. The environment as well. We have people come to us for all sorts of reasons. Even if you were in a perfectly well-off situation where you wanted to go to the supermarket and buy brand new, you can't find blue polo shirts in Sainsbury's in the middle of Easter because that's not their time of year to sell them. We've had people come and say that I've moved in the middle of the year, I can't get anything, even if I wanted to buy it brand new. What other options are there? We've had people come and actually embrace the slow fashion, I think is now the term, the recycling, the reusable fashion. By choice, they want to do a sustainable 100%, effort. 100%. And I don't know of anywhere else, I mean, yes, charity shopping, yes, but of school uniform that you can
this
actively
is specific.
Go and make that choice.
You're totally right. Of course, let's face it, we've got enough charity shops in Chippenham, haven't we?
No, absolutely.
Some people might say too many. I personally think, for instance, just on a side note, we shouldn't need to have charity shops to fund really essential things like heart and cancer and stuff. It's like that should be taken out of our taxes. Or the air ambulance. That should be paid for. We shouldn't be scrambling around and doing fundraisers. Great people that fundraise, don't get me wrong, a mate of mine does it, it's fantastic. Shouldn't have to. There shouldn't be a job description. There shouldn't be charity shops. There shouldn't be help for heroes because my father was in the military. But going into the military or going abroad or putting yourself in danger and coming back and being discarded, which is often what happens, mental health, everything else, it's been appalling for centuries, not just recently. There shouldn't be needs for charity scenarios like this, but this place is essential because it makes absolute sense on all of the levels. So I'm glad you've mentioned the idea that people might be thinking, oh no, we'll go. It's like, no, you're crazy.
And
it's actually a really bright thing to do.
This is what I'm hoping, that people don't see us as, well, I don't want people to have a stigma coming here thinking, well, I've got to go there because I've got no money. There are other, there's examples of other people, again, from my knowledge of background care systems, families who suddenly take on care of a child that they didn't expect to have care of that child, that funding hasn't gone through in place, they haven't. And suddenly they've got to find uniform for a child that they never expected to have.
And it's such a fundamental thing, isn't it, like, for a child to feel good about.
Oh, absolutely. And you can budget for anything, but the unexpected, you think, I didn't plan this to be in my financial calendar.
And it's actually quite expensive uniform, and therefore, if you can replace it, and if you haven't got older siblings, replace it continually at a reasonable price, because what you're saying is really reasonable, but it's all in good condition. It's amazing.
We try, I mean, I have got 3 children of my own. I try and make sure that anything that's here I would put on my own child.
Yes.
And very often I do.
Yeah.
And my son needs new trousers, we swap over, and you know. So I'm hoping that people would come here and be pleased with the quality of the things that we've got.
I can say from personal experience that we were amazed. This is it. It was when my wife said that's what she was doing. I said, great, because it's recycling, whatever. And then thought, I wonder what it's like. My God, this is like new. It wasn't new, but it was absolutely fantastic quality, and it makes so much sense. Now, do us a favour, show us around so people can see what amazing stuff you've got here and how
we
well you've
go
done.
This way. We have 2 rooms of uniform. If we go in this one first, it's a slightly smaller room. So we have all the way on this back row is all generic uniforms. So we've got boys shorts, boys trousers, and then girls skirts, trousers, shorts down that end. We do have football boots.
Wow.
We have an awful lot of winter coats.
That's fantastic.
Most of everything that's hanging up on these rails are secondary school uniforms. So we have all the 3 major secondary schools. Abbeyfield, Harden, Sheldon's around the other side.
Sheldon.
We also include Silverwood because that is a special needs school. We have 1 campus in Chippenham and there are other campuses around, but obviously children might live in Chippenham, travel outside. And then we do have a couple of other schools that we haven't actively promoted, but we've received the uniform in. I think we've got a little bit from Corsham, a little bit from KGA. We have 1 shelf still to put up. That is still a work in progress.
Yeah, no, but you've got so much stuff. It's fantastic.
I think that's what the biggest thing for me is. People have come to visit and hadn't realised quite how much stuff we have got.
Well, I think it's because when you were at the Jubilee building,
nobody could see it. Absolutely.
That's it. You just come and get your bag, didn't you?
Yes.
Downstairs. Oh yeah, wow.
And this is slightly bigger. We've got club uniform. Again, we'd like to promote this even more to say that this is, again, your child joins a club.
Do you do brownies and scouts? Oh my God, you're a genius. Not that I want a brownies and scouts thing. I'm just thinking, do you mean that? It's like, that makes so much sense. Oh, well done.
We will. I mean, other people have approached us and say, do we do dance uniforms? Do we do this? We will. We just need to start that cycle of people knowing they can bring it here and knowing they can take it.
You've got all this here. Look at this. Look.
All the dresses.
All the dresses.
We've got, it's a little bit dark in this.
The dresses. So many dresses, and they all get washed and mended and put up on the shelf to be recycled. Dun, dun, dun. Brilliant.
Our PE corner, DAPs. DAPs.
Yeah. They do.
Kids wear them indoors for a couple of weeks.
That's it. Then they grow
and
out.
Then they're done.
You little genius. You little genius.
Yeah. Dresses, summer dresses, regular pinafore dresses, and then
summer dresses. Sorry, I'm going to have to stop doing that because I'm putting people off. Dinner.
Everything hanging up on here is primary schools.
Yeah.
We do have all 10 primary schools in Chippenham uniform here. Some we have more of than others.
Yeah.
Everything on the top is all logo. Everything on the bottom is all plain jumpers. Schools that we actively work with, the PTAs, we have loads. This is all Ivy Lane.
Yeah, great. Ivy Lane.
As an
Ivy
example,
Lane, what a great school.
King's Lodge, again, there
what
are
a
schools
great school.
schools that regularly work with us, donate their lost property and things like that.
And shoes.
My
God, I love it. I love it.
Girls' shoes, boys' shoes.
Fantastic.
And like I say, we try and cover everything that you would need.
Yeah, this is so important. Listen, I want to say congratulations. Is there any way we can support you in any way? Obviously, we're going to put this out, but advertising stuff in our shop, I don't know. Think about it. You might want to do an exchange there. You might want to do, look, people want to come on a Saturday in Emery Gate because it's just the convenience.
Yeah.
And drop off or collect, I don't know, something like that.
That would be really fantastic, actually. Yeah, because
you think about it and you've got my number. You tell us when you want to do that, and we could do that on a regular basis because we got room downstairs. It's a social hub of positivity. That's what we do, isn't it? So if you want to do that and people want to drop it off, and then we say, oh yeah, we've got some stuff here, you can get it, yeah?
That would be fantastic.
Great, but anything else you can think of, posters, flyers, if you got them, whatever you want, we'd be more than delighted, because it fits so much of our remit as a sustainable development organisation, and you truly are a community interest company, as opposed to some failing companies who are trying to be a CIC just so they can supplement their money. Anyway, that's a wrap.
Spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, just another speck in the cosmic